Hey, hey. This is a very exciting video and I'm also extremely nervous. I'm gonna hopefully not show that too much. So by far, some of the top questions that I get across all of my content is number one, how I edit my YouTube videos, and number two, how I edit my Instagram photos. And to be honest, I just want to procrastinate that first one a little bit longer. So we're going to be talking about how I edit my Instagram photos. This also goes for like my YouTube thumbnails and any photos that you see on my website. I have a very cohesive color scheme across all of my content. So if you want to emulate that style in any way, this is the video for you. So if you are familiar with my content, you know that I love a very bright photo. I love having that crisp, clean white, but then also always maintaining the integrity of the darker colors. I just overall tend to lean towards the more contrasty side of photo editing just because I like how it brings out whatever focal point I want to enhance in the photo. And this pretty much goes for any photo that you see across my content. However, I will say that as I've gotten older, I've started to naturally be more drawn to just a sprinkling of like moodier photos, just because to me photography is very artistic. It is a creative endeavor for myself and I like to just kind of experiment a little bit, and I think that darker photos can sometimes just be really fun. I like being a little dramatic sometimes. So now for the super exciting portion of this video. I am launching presets. So by the time that this video is up, you will be able to go to my website, genevievemason.com, to shop my preset collection. It is called the Level Up Mobile Lightroom Preset Collection because I am all about leveling up in life, and what better way to level up your life than level up your Instagram feed. So the collection contains 15 mobile presets, and they all range from my super bright edits to my more dramatic, dark, moody presets. Some are made for like indoor photos, others are made for outdoor. So really you are covered no matter what photos that you are working with, and I really hope that you love them as much as I do. So I think the best way for me to show you the presets and just overall my editing process is to hop over onto my phone and let's get started. So starting off with a more moody one, this is Level Up. All of the names kind of tie into my brand in some way, and obviously this one is kind of the main preset of the collection. It is Level Up. It is the one that just to me signifies a level up in my photo editing. I love this one. It is probably my favorite out of the entire collection. Not to say that the other ones aren't equally as good. I think they're all really beautiful, but this one is just so good. So this is the before of this photo. As you can see, the greens are very much just a typical grass green. I definitely was a little bit pale in this photo, so usually in my photo edits I like to enhance the oranges and reds a little bit just to give off a more tanned look. So it really adds like that richness to the photo. This is the after of Level Up. The next preset is Digital Nomad. So this is the before photo. This is after Digital Nomad has been applied. As you can see, this is definitely meant for outdoor photos with a lot of blue and just overall any colors that you want to add a lot of vibrancy to. I really want to do a ton of travel, so I really think that this is going to work beautifully in the future for when I am living as a digital nomad, hence the name. If you know, you know. The next one is called Aligned, and this is the before photo. This is after. As you can see, it really just takes a basic photo and makes it look professional. That is something that I just always try to emulate in all of my content. I just want things to look as professional and unique as possible. So I love the coloring in this photo. Definitely kind of mutes the greens and enhances the blues, enhances the orange a little bit just to again make my skin tone pop a bit more. I will also mention I have tested a lot of my presets out on darker skin tones, and some of them work beautifully right off the bat, but other ones you might have to play around with the saturation of the oranges a little bit, because obviously we want to keep the richness of skin tones in the photos. We do not want anyone to be looking washed out. So just know that obviously my pale self, you know, sometimes needs a little bit extra help, whereas your skin tone might not need that extra enhancement. So just know that. This next one is Minimalist, and this is the before photo. This is after. As you can see, it definitely gives off a quite dreamy, soft feel to it. This one honestly works on pretty much any photo, and it can be very bright or very moody depending on the exposure that you set. So it's a very versatile one, and it just kind of gives a subtle enhancement to your photo. This next one is called Virgo. This is the before photo. This is the after photo. Going along with the name, it is a very clean edit. It is a very kind of, obviously I'm a Virgo, I'm a perfectionist. I like things to be very clean. So this is what I mean by like a clean edit. As you can see, I basically canceled out all of the yellows and greens that were displaying in the whites in this photo, and I also enhanced the blue because I did have denim. So depending on what colors are in the photo that you're working with, obviously enhance the colors that you need to enhance, but overall this one will really just make whites very clean and very crisp. All of these presets have a little bit of like a sharpening effect to them, so it's really going to make your photo look a bit higher quality, which I love because sometimes cameras can be weird. Even the camera that I'm using right now sometimes has its technical difficulties, so it can really save a photo. This next one is called Kale, and going along with that, it really enhances the greens in the photo and makes the whites pop. So this is the before photo. As you can see, this one specifically was very, very dark, and then we go to the after, and oh my gosh, it is like Pinterest ready now. The next preset is called High Vibe, and basically it's just high vibrational energy. It's a very happy, bright edit, and this is the before, this is the after. As you can see, this one is definitely one of the brightest edits that I have in the preset collection, and this one also has a little bit of grain to it, so it does have a little bit of like a more texturous feel to it, which I really like. The next one is Obsessed. This is the before photo, this is it after Obsessed has been applied. Similar to High Vibe, this one is definitely made for headshots. This one is definitely a more natural edit. The other one has kind of like a pinky tone to it, which is really pretty, but sometimes you just want like a very natural, soft, brightening filter to it. So this is where Obsessed comes in. As you can see, it brightened the whites in the background, but then enhanced all of the features on my face. So the next one is called She's Healthy. This is the before photo, this is the after photo. As you can see, it really brightens the background, but also enhances all of the colors in the salad. So things like reds, greens, oranges, yellows, all of that is very brightened and enhanced, very vibrant. So this one is definitely meant for food photography. The next preset is called Dreamer because I'm a big dreamer. I have lots of dreams that I want to fulfill in my life. This is the before photo, this is the after. As you can see, it definitely brightens it, gives it a little bit of a lower contrast, softer feel to it, but it also does give some enhancements to the red on my leggings, the orange in my skin, and the green in the tree that's in the corner. And I also did bring up the shadows a little bit just so that I pop more in the photo, but along with any of my presets, you can just modify the exposure and you can just make it suit your photo specifically. For this preset, I do recommend using something like Facetune to sharpen specific aspects of the photo, so things like jewelry, your eyes, maybe details in your clothing, just so that it kind of brings some clarity back to it. My voice is literally starting to go at this point, oh my gosh. The next preset is called Spiritual, and this one, as you can see, I have applied to a more filler photo, as I would call it. This is the before photo, this is the after. This is definitely a very classic Instagram preset. It's very bright. It definitely adds lots of color and vibrancy to the photo, and overall just makes it look very Instagram ready. And also the coloring definitely leans on the more warm side, with everything following a little bit more of a peachy tone as opposed to a cool pink tone. You will notice in a lot of my photos I love pink, and I love a lot of pink coloring in my photos. And again, just like some of the other presets, I have enhanced the white to make it very clean and crisp. Okay, so the next preset is called Acro. So this one is definitely amazing for if you are in a studio space a lot, something where there is a plain white wall. This photo, I am just in my room, but I was on a mat, I was doing an acro pose. You know how it goes. So this is the before photo, this is the after. As you can tell, it is a very high contrast photo edit, and it enhances the oranges a lot, makes the whites very clean, very crisp. I took basically all of the yellow out of this photo just because I do not like it when the whites look yellow. It is just not a thing for me personally. The next one is called Ambitious. This is the before photo, this is the after. This photo in particular was a little bit darker to start off with, so there's definitely definitely a lot of brightness in the shadows, but I also did keep it a little bit darker just because I, again, wanted to maintain the integrity of the darker tones in the photo. I love it when the blues lean towards a more teal color palette. So the next one is called Kombucha because I love kombucha, and I'm actually wearing basically the same outfit that I was wearing in this photo. It's just a different top. This is the before photo, this is the after. As you can see, it brightened the photo but also still maintained the integrity of my skin tone, the blues, and the colors of the kombucha. But the key thing with my presets is that I have really played around with the exact tone of the colors. So colors will tend to lean towards a more peachy, a more pink, a more teal color palette just because that is my branding. And the last one is called Manifest, and this one is again a more filler photo preset. So this is the before, this is the after. As you can see, it brightened up the whites a lot, and this one is similar to Spiritual, but it leans more towards the cool side, and you can definitely tell in like the greens because instead of leaning towards a yellow green, it is more of like a rich, cool emerald green. And in this photo, I also did have an amethyst. So in this photo in particular, I did enhance the purple tones in the photo as well. So that is all the presets in the Level Up Mobile Lightroom collection. I am so happy that I am finally getting this out. I have been working on these for so long, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how you guys use them in your own photos. So make sure to tag me at genevieve.mason on your posts and use the hashtag Genevieve Mason presets so that I can see what you do with the presets. I honestly cannot wait, and I'm honestly just really looking forward to seeing some of your faces and starting to put names to faces and really getting to know you guys.
Also, if you are one of the lucky humans seeing this as this video has just gone up, I'm running a 15% off sale for the first 48 hours in honor of this being my first launch. So now is the best time to snatch it up. So you can head to genevievemason.com/shop to shop the preset collection.
I do also want to mention that just like any presets, you have to make sure that you are starting off with a good quality base image because ultimately a preset is only going to do so much. You really got to make sure that you have a strong starting point. So things like lighting and quality in like your actual camera that you're taking the photo with, both of those things are very important. So if you are taking photos with your phone, I definitely recommend trying to use the back camera as opposed to the front camera, or if you have access to like a digital camera, I also highly recommend that. I take all of my Instagram photos on the Canon G7X, which is the camera that I am actually recording with currently. And with all that being said, I hope you are devoting some time to you today, doing some self-care, doing anything that is going to set your future self up for success. And with all that being said, I will talk to you in my next video. Bye!
Oh, we're living in the present, but our mind is in the past.